Well, this afternoon, the fiance of a father who was killed on Friday night is speaking out.
Chicago police say the victim was shot after asking a man just to move his car from in front of his West Side garage.
Okay, guys. Remember, you guys aren't sharing these videos. You guys obviously aren't sharing these videos. Make sure you share these videos so that other people can know what you know. Had you guys shared these videos more often and this guy gotten this memo, he would have known. Under no circumstances do you ever ask a son man to leave somewhere. And I know you're saying, well, he didn't ask him to leave. He just asked him to move his car. Same thing. Okay? It's kind of like a radius. So like, you know you have a location, then you have a 10-mile radius, right? A 5-mile radius, a 15-mile radius, whatever. Let's pretend, never tell a son man he has to leave is the location. And every other thing around there that's similar to that request is in that radius. Don't ask him anything within 100-mile radius. And I know you're saying, well, dang, for all that, I might as well not even be around them. I didn't say it, you did.
Well, this afternoon, the fiance of a father who was killed on Friday night is speaking out.
Chicago police say the victim was shot after asking a man just to move his car from in front of his West Side garage. Rob Sneed joins us now live with the fiance's firsthand account of what happened. Rob?
Authorities say that victim is Carl Washington. He was only 36 years old. Now, you mentioned the fiance. She told me that she was there when he got shot. And as a matter of fact, she actually tried to save his life. She says tonight she wants the person who killed him to come forward.
Can we stop saying that, please? I'm asking, I'm begging. Let's stop saying that. The guys who killed this guy have probably killed 5 or 10. If it's a car full of them, it's probably 5 to 10 bodies in that car. Okay? 90% of the shootings, of the murders, go unsolved in Chicago. You got 800 a year. You had 800 the year before. Let's just say the whole last 10 years. You got 8,000 murders in Chicago. 90% unsolved. That's what? 7,300 unsolved murders? You got a lot of killers walking around that city, man. Okay? And then if they do get caught, the DA's, Kim Fox is going to throw it out or not charge them. Kate dismissed the case. And if it makes it to one of the Cook County judges, they're going to give them 3 years. So, you have a lot of serial killers walking around Chicago. These guys ain't turning themselves in. They ain't even thinking of, when did this happen? Friday? They ain't thinking about it no more. Stop asking them to turn themselves in. They done forgot about this. I'm not even trying to be funny. Those dudes, they have done so much stuff since last Friday that they may have forgotten about this. They so high on drugs. They so doing so much stuff in the streets. They don't care in the first place. They may literally have forgotten about this. And you're asking them to turn themselves in for something that they may literally have forgotten about.
Now, you mentioned the fiance. She told me that she was there when he got shot. And as a matter of fact, she actually tried to save his life. She says tonight she wants the person who killed him to come forward.
You're a coward. Over an argument, you shot him, but you're a coward.
Adeline Millette is now left with nothing but sleepless nights, a broken heart, and memories of her fiance, Carl Washington.
He was a really big Bears fan, and...
Does anybody think the Chicago Bears would do a tribute for him like they did for George Floyd? And Jacob Blake, huh? Think the Chicago Bears to have a moment of silence for this big Bears fan who was killed over some BS? I mean, we all know that they're not, but the reason why they're not is the worst part. The reason they're not is because this highlights what's really going on as opposed to their agenda, that all Sun men are victims all the time. The biggest problem in the city of Chicago is cops killing unarmed Sun men for no reason. And in fact, supremacy is the biggest problem in this country, according to President Biden. So this goes against the narrative. So for them to highlight this Bears fan's demise would highlight that there may be a problem going on in Chicago with son-on-son violence. And in order to keep ignoring that and not have to deal with that and not have to stare that in the face, they'll just ignore this guy and act like this didn't even happen. This guy could have been one of the guys, like we used to have a fan in D.C. He used to dress up like an Indian chief, I forgot his name, Chief Wahoo Wahoo or something like that. And every town has a fan like that, you know, a trademark fan. Like you got the guy with the Jets, with the hat, with the construction hat and whatnot. Every team has a trademark fan. If that guy got killed by a Sun man or some Sun teens, the team wouldn't do anything special because they would have to highlight the fact. The only way they would say something if this guy got killed by a cop or some, well, I can't even get it out because this never happens in Chicago. No, Glacier Gliders never killed Sun people in Chicago. So I can't even, it would have to have been a cop because Glacier Gliders never killed Sun people in Chicago.
But sleepless nights, a broken heart, and memories of her fiance, Carl Washington.
He was a really big Bears fan, and I used to pick him up, you know, knickknacks all the time, and little statues and cups and sweaters and hats, and he's got so much stuff in the room everywhere. It's been troubling. I tried cleaning out his car, and I couldn't do it because I was just, you know, anxiety set in and just trying to get rid of his stuff because it's hard to look at it.
Friday night, Millette and Washington just got home after a romantic date when they noticed
Brothers, they just be hating on romantic dates, man. You sisters, man. I see why you sisters be so bad. Your favorite, your most honored and cherished men on the planet, thugs and criminals that you always protesting for and changing laws to make it crime easier for them to commit without any consequences. They just be hating on. They just haters, man. Just did a story the other day about a romantic date being foiled by some of these disenfranchised victims of supremacy in Philadelphia.
Friday night, Millette and Washington just got home after a romantic date when they noticed someone blocking their garage on North Mobile Avenue. Authorities say Washington got out of his car and asked the man to move his car. Investigators say the driver started pushing Washington. The 36-year-old pushed back, and that man shot and killed that father of three.
Think about this, man. This is a big brother, too, man. You can tell by the placement of the insignias on this bus. And, you know, his size, because these are huge wheels right there. He's about 6 feet, 5'11", 6 feet. And he looks like he's every bit of 320. He asked the Sun man, could he move out in front so he could get in his garage. All the Sun man had to do was move up. Sun man didn't even have to leave. He didn't say, get out of here. Just let me get in my garage. But the thing about it is, these guys are so entitled because they know that the whole world will stop if one of them gets into a situation with a cop who's arresting them for a crime. And the whole woke mob is trying to get them less time. And y'all see the videos I do. These sisters are literally trying to make crime legal. A son, man, that feels like it's so entitled now. What do you mean move? Nah, man, just like, no, I'm not moving. I know that two things. It's just a nice thing to do. Hey, excuse me, brother, can I get into my garage? And like, how many of y'all would just see somebody be like, oh, all right, they would just pull up behind you and be like, and point like, and you'd be like, oh, my bad. Damn, you like, how you feel bad? Like, oh, my bad, and just move up. I'm telling you, man, not these sunmen nowadays, man. It's like 2020 was a switch. You disrespecting him. How dare you ask him to do anything? And God, man. And the thing about it is, as a son, man, I know this. Like, y'all think that like I'm just talking. I'm a son man. I'm a son man, man. Like, I'm a real deal son man too. Like, I ain't Poindexter, man. I'm a son man, my G. Trust me.
Friday night, Millette in Washington just got home after a romantic date when they noticed someone blocking their garage on North Mobile Avenue. Authorities say Washington got out of his car and asked the man to move his car. Investigators say the driver started pushing Washington. The 36-year-old pushed back, and that man shot and killed that father of three. Millette started CPR only to soon realize his legs were still under the car of the person who shot him.
I just started, and I had to stop to pull his legs because they would have literally ran over his legs, and they literally just scurrying around trying to get into the car. One of them actually jumped over me to get in the car.
Millette says she knows who killed him.
They took him away from me, so I'm gonna make sure that they know who did it.
Now, when she says she know who killed it, was it some local hoods? Because most likely if some dudes are parked in your alley behind your house, it's probably some guys from that neighborhood. That's just how it works, man. Guys, it's rare that it's going to be some guys from some other neighborhood parked in your alley behind your house. It's going to be some local guys. And maybe she's seen them around before. And maybe she probably doesn't know, like, probably their names or, all that stuff. But she probably knows them if she sees them. And this woman's incredibly strong, man. Just sad, man. Just a sad situation, man. And now she has to worry about will they try to finish her off. Just a terrible, 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 terrible situation. Yikes.
Says she knows who killed him.
They took him away from me, so I'm gonna make sure that they know who did it.
She says she will fight until justice is served, hoping that police will make an arrest soon. Until then, she will continue to mourn and be there for Washington's three children.
I'm just used to seeing them every day, and we had a really good night on Friday. We were laughing, we were joking. He was so happy, and to go from that to this.
So this is them at the game. So they spend money with these teams. They spend money on apparel, merchandise, tickets, concessions. Again, who thinks one of these Chicago teams, the Cubs or the Bears, going? I ain't even gonna ask. Y'all already know the answer. So this brother, they said his 3 kids. So this brother, you know, he had some kids, and now he may be divorced, or he may have, you know, the previous relationships haven't worked out, and now he done rebounded with this woman, found him a good woman. You think the Manosphere gonna do a video on this brother? This is the type of brother they talk about, right? And probably had a bunch of babies with some sisters. Didn't work out, you know, because the sisters ain't XYZ, you know. And then he found him a spicy hombrita, you know, as an older guy. And they out there going to games. She buying them stuff. They living in a house. She taking care of his kids. This is a Manosphere special, man. I'm calling out the Manosphere, man. They got to start doing some of these stories on these brothers, man. Because, as y'all know, this channel, like, when do I do a story on a thug getting shit? Most, like 90% of my stories are regular people. And a good portion of those are brothers that the Manosphere should be championing. But they scared of Pookies and they scared of the Bookies, man. And so is everybody. So I can't blame them for that. So yeah, they probably gonna leave this stuff alone. And I don't blame them, because everybody should be scared.
We had a really good night on Friday. We were laughing, we were joking. He was so happy, and to go from that to this.
Police tell us the shooting is still under investigation. Reporting live on the city's west side, Rob Sneed, WGN News.